Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. So today our group will presenting on chapter 8, Logistic and Characteristic of Modes of Transportation. So I'm going to explain on the first part, which is introduction. So what is logistic management? Logistic management is the part of the supply chain process that plans, implements and control the efficient, effective flow and storage of goods, services and related information from the point of origin to the point of consumption to meet the customer requirement. As you can see in the pictures, the process of supply chain community start from raw material supply to manufacturer factories and then to distributors, and the distributors will distribute the product or goods to the wholesaler, and then from the wholesaler to retailer and end with end users. Logistics focus on transporting goods, while supply chain focus on finished product and to customers. Logistics involve with the coordination and movement of the goods. Supply chain involve multiple facets such as operation and procurement that keep the company running smoothly. Next is evolution of logistics. There are 3 stages for evolution of logistics. The first one is stage 1. In the year of 1960s and 1970s, the concept of logistics was confined to the physical distribution of goods or outbound logistics. Related activities included transportation, distribution, warehousing, packaging, material handling and many more. The logistics had to deal only with the outbound traffic. The next one is stage 2. In the year of 1980s, the concept of integrated logistic management was developed. This concept combined outbound logistics, which is physical distribution, with inbound logistics, which is a material management. By this stage, company has leveraged their inbound and outbound traffic with transport companies, warehouses and others to obtain competitive rate. Also, the logistic manager had to deal with both inbound and outbound traffic. In other words, the logistic manager was responsible for efficiency in material management as well as physical distribution of the finished good. The last stage in the evolution of logistics is the stage 3. From the late 1980s onwards, organizations started thinking beyond the efficiency of their own logistic operation and expanded the concept of logistics to include all the firms involved, which are suppliers and sub-suppliers on the one hand and customers on the other. They jointly tied up with logistic service providers such as transporters, warehouse operator, and others to create a strong supply chain. The era of supply chain management thus begin. This multiplied the responsibilities and scope of work of a logistic manager manifold. The next part is planning for physical distribution. In order to have an effective physical distribution system, it needs careful planning. So there are 5 steps in the planning process. The first step is customers' need and expectations. To start with, a customer needs and expectations of the product and services must be determined. Sometimes, the customer will to buy the product off the shelf, as in the case of cosmetic, confectionery, grains, vegetable oils and fast-moving consumer goods product or FIDC. Step 2 is customer service comes at a cost. The next step is to determine the cost at which the company can fulfill the customer's expectation. Prompt deliveries are always appreciated, but extra costs are not. Step 3 is balancing and examination. A balance needs to be struck between improved service and additional costs. For example, by deciding to air freight the material, the objective of speedy services to the customer is achieved, but the additional cost could be exorbitant. Or deciding to increase the frequency at replenishment of stock at the warehouse may make the response to the customer demand agile, but will burden the product with additional costs. The fourth step is assessment of the competitor's quality of service, for example, cost. An assessment of the competitor's quality of service, for example, the cost, is necessary. Keeping an eye on the best practices adopted by the competitors can help the organization to redefine its distribution strategies. The last step for planning process is regular evaluation of the physical distribution system. There should be a regular evaluation of the physical distribution system, keeping in mind the change in technology in the area of production, promotion, and distributions. The system should always be in the line with the available technology. For example, the use of electronic data interchange, which is EDI, or radio frequency identification RFID system can make the tracking of cargo on high sea or elsewhere possible. So the physical distribution system should be flexible.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Fatihah binti Nur Azman. I will explain on benefit of an efficient logistics system and marketing logistic concept. So, benefits of an efficient logistics system. The first benefit is increased operational efficiency. Any logistics system's fundamental goal is to make the best use of available resources so that inbound raw materials, components, and sub-assemblies as well as finished products arrive in the appropriate quantity at the right location and at the right time. This allows the supply chain to be more responsive to changing market needs while saving money and time. The mode of transportation used in international business such as road, rail, sea, river, or air is critical. The decision is based on the nature of the goods, the delivery deadline, and the transportation costs. Damage prevention, theft, and pilferage are other important considerations. Transnational corporations with many manufacturing sites and warehouses must create a system that allows them to get items to market utilizing the quickest route possible while minimizing inventory and avoiding duplication. The next benefit is channelization of resources. A business invests its resources in delivering customer service. The company evaluates the value of the service to the customer when designing a logistics system. In other words, the logistics system efficiency is determined by how much the consumer is willing to pay. The frequency with which a delivery van visits a small town, for example, is determined by product sales and profit margins. As a result, a retailer with larger margin and fixed sale is serviced more frequently than one with fluctuating demand. A corporation with a limited number of delivery vans will plan these vans' travels to different towns and cities based on the profitability of such activities. Thus, logistic hubs make optimum use of available resources. Improved customer service is another benefit. Each department has its own priority in every corporation, depending on unique function. For example, the manufacturing department may wish to have all inputs and consumables in stock at all times, while the buying and planning department may prefer to keep inventory levels low, regardless of demands. The sales and marketing department may insist on well-stocked retail outlet. This could result in a finished good inventory stockpile. The logistic system's main goal should be to provide better customer service than the competition. For example, the worldwide fast food business McDonald's strove for customer happiness and developed a logistic system that translates daily order data into accurate weekly estimates. This allows them to reduce the time between placing an order and receiving it as much as feasible. The quickness with which all the meal products are delivered at any McDonald's location across the world demonstrates the quality of customer service. A smart logistics system enables businesses to better serve their clients. The last one is inventory management. A good logistics system can assist a company not only keep its inventory under control, but also enhance its total profits. A marketing executive for such a company can commit to aggressive delivery schedule with customers since he or she is confident that the company will deliver on time and on budget. For this slide, I will explain on marketing logistics systems. Logistics is defined by the Council of Supply Chain Management professional as the process of planning, implementing, and controlling the efficient, cost-effective flow and storage of raw material, in-process inventory, finished good, and related information from the point of origin to the usage. Logistics also simply defined as the design and operation of the physical, managerial, and informational systems need to allow goods to overcome time and space. The objective of a logistics system is that the right product reach the right place in the right quantity and at the right time to satisfy customer demand. Marketing logistics systems have three important processes which are planning, implementing, and controlling. Planning is logistic planning aims to achieve a balance between high efficiency and high delivery readiness. As a core function in the logistic management process, it serves the efficient and forward-looking coordination of storage, transport, handling, and support processes. This is the first step toward establishing a successful logistics system. If the geographical locations and distance between the place of origin commodities and the site of consumption are considered, the system can be effective. Next is implementing. Implementation of a logistic plan is a group process where different agencies and people located in different geographical locations have to coordinate their activities with each other. This is the second phase in establishing a successful logistics system. Theory aside, even the best laid plans can go wrong in real life owing to unforeseen circumstances. And the last process is controlling. Logistic controls means real-time delivery tracking. An effective logistics system ensures that timely and safe delivery of goods at the most economical cost. This can be achieved only through keeping a tight control on the passage of goods. As a result, an optional logistics system ensures that goods are delivered on time and in good condition at the lowest possible cost. This can only be accomplished by maintaining strict control over the movement of product from point of origin to point of destination.
Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Nur Fatihah binti Zulkifli and I will be presenting on the critical elements of our logistics system. The first one is the nature of the product. The mode of transportation depends upon the product to be transported. The nature of the product also determines the type of packing and the material handling system required. In international business, where the cargo has to cover a distance of thousands of miles, the safety of the product is a very important factor. The product should not only reach the destination in time, but should also reach the intact. The nature of the product could be in high or low volume, liquid or solid, and each type of the product requires different kinds of transportation management. Second is the location of manufacturing plants. Normally, a manufacturing plants are located either close to the source of raw materials or close to the market to which the company can cater. Another criteria for choosing the plant's location is due to the government subsidies available at the location. Third is availability of infrastructure. Infrastructure is the backbone of industry in any country. If the infrastructure of a country is strong, the industry can be prosper. Besides, the good port facilities with suitable material handling system can help the cargo to move without a wastage of time. Number 4 is the government policies. The logistics system needs to be designed to conform the policies of the governments of exporting countries as well as the importing country. Government policies related to the sales tax, excise duty, octroi, motorBike, Motor Vehicle Act, and more. Number 5 is dealer and distribution network. This is an important component of the product mix of any company. A company can have an excellent product which is attractively priced and aggressively promoted, but if it does not have any efficient distribution system, its success in the market can be failed. A dealer or a distributor is a vital link between a manufacturer and a customer. One of the classic examples is Coca-Cola. The last one is the availability of different modes of transportation. Nowadays, the export cargo move on various modes of transportation. Containerization has revolutionized the concept of multimodal transport. If the air service is available to an exporter of flowers or vegetables, his or her product can reach the desired overseas market in fresh condition in time. However, if in the absence of air service, the exporter would have to depend upon the refrigerated container to carry the cargo to the nearest port. This would delay the arrival of the cargo at the destination. Because it is now possible to transport cargo through various modes of transportation, the absence of any modes of transportation becomes a weak link in the entire logistics system. Therefore, efficiency of the logistics system depends upon the availability of different modes of transportation. International modes of transportation in international trade. The four main modes of international trade or transport are road, sea, rail, and air. Each mode has its perks, drawbacks, and conditions that pertaining the types of goods being transported or imported. The first one is road transport. Road transport is more flexible than the other three modes. It is relatively easier to track your goods, secure consignment, schedule the transport, and pay the relevant fees. On the other hand, long distance are not time efficient, especially if traffic is involved. Some countries may have a high toll fee charge, and the possibility of getting your goods damaged is high as well. Second is the sea transport. Sea transport allows you to ship a large volume with lesser cost than the other three modes. Boats are one of the most ecological ways to transport, with smaller carbon emission than truck or planes. Shipping container could also be used when transporting the goods by land. However, international transportation could be delayed due to the slow pace, weather shifted, or inflexible route and schedule. And the third one is the rail transport. This mode of transport is environmental friendly and is often used in prosperous continents like Europe. However, rail transport has inflexible schedule and may delay due to the mechanism malfunction. Not all the regions all over the globe have respectable rail system, which is a huge setback for remote regions. The last one is air transport. Using air transport for international trade is the quickest way to ensure the product delivery and distribution. It is also the safest method of transport, and you could export or import a variety of goods through this mode.
My name is Shafika Suhada binti Sahir, and we will discuss about the factor influencing the facility location. Is it the right location for providing the adequate access to the customer, skill level, transportation, and other? A right location ensures the success of the organization in current global competitive environment. If the organization can configure the right location for the manufacturing facility, it will have a suspicious access to the customer, worker, transportation, and other. For commercial success and competitive advantage, the following is a critical factor that consider the factor inflation facility location. The first one is customer proximity. The facility location are selected closer to the customer as to reduce the transportation cost and decrease the time in reaching the customer. Next is the business area. Presence of other similar manufacturing unit around make business area conducive for facility establishment. And third is availability of skill level.
The education, experience, and skill of available labor are another important which determine the facility locations. After that is free trade zone or agreement. The free trade zone promote the establishment of manufacturing facility by providing incentive in custom duty and leave. On the other hand, the free trade agreement is among the country provide an incentive to establishing the business in a particular country. Next, the factor influencing the facility location is the supplier. The continuous and quality supply of the raw material is another critical factor in determining the location of manufacturing facility. And also for environmental policy. In a current globalized world pollution, control is a very important. Therefore, understanding of environmental policy for the facility location is another critical factor to be ensured effective.
That's all from us. If you guys have any question, feel free to ask. Thank you.